Hi, everybody. Welcome to The New Normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is Wednesday, so we're just calling it the truth. It's just the truth with Lisa and Sean. Satoshi Sean is my buddy. He's having a little trouble with his stuff here. Oh, good. He got it fixed. Okay, so we are going live on both his channel and my channel. Make sure you jump back and forth, give them both a like, and jump in the live chat to join the community. Chat it up, leave us a comment, and give us both a like. So I'll be right back with Satoshi Sean right after this. Welcome, Sean. Thank you for meeting me on a wonderful Wednesday so we can speak some truth. Apparently there's a lot going on. I missed a bunch. I had a busy day at the hospital with my son yesterday, and everybody please send him lots of good thoughts and prayers, and we will jump in on all this craziness all over the world. So catch me up.
Craziness all over the world. Okay, well, I talked to Lee last night, and one of the things I thought is the craziest. A lot of people think that the Venezuela thing's about oil. It's not really about oil. It kind of is, but it's not oil for us. Although it is. I don't know if you know this, but you know how we're supposed to have all this oil and we're energy independent and all that. We're really not, because we have high quality oil, but our refineries are set up to
process the sludge from Venezuela. Yeah.
Right. So we have to we send our oil, we sell it, and then we use the money to buy oil, which is kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
But so we can actually process this in Texas, especially just Venezuela to Texas. It's like quick and easy. But this is where China's been getting a lot of their oil. So this was a punch in the face to China. And I had told you, like I think on our last show or show before, that Russia had moved an entire fleet into the Gulf of America, basically, to our waters, including a nuclear submarine.
Well, I just read something about that. Sorry to interrupt. That actually one of those, or at least one of them, are full of weapons.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. The Duma, their Congress had voted and approved rearming the Cuban army.
Mm-hmm.
So those were all paid for arms coming into Cuba, and they were reopening like 2 or 3 Russian old Soviet military bases, which had been approved and paid for. So we were going to have on the same little island U.S. military base and Russian military bases. It was going to be very silly, and nobody was really talking about it. It wasn't like mainstream news that this was happening.
Well, so that's why Trump is really pushing the conversation about Greenland and why it's a national security issue.
Yeah, part of because that's the way that they can come down. But they're in our water. It's technically international waters, but it's our hemisphere, our waters, the Monroe Doctrine, all that. But so one of the ways to make a presence without making a presence for that was for Venezuela, for us to get these this naval force there, which kind of puts the Russian little fleet there in check. But then after we did that sent a clear message to Russia and cut off China and sent a clear message to China. So Russia was doing that basically to just push back from all the stuff we've done for Ukraine. But now it's basically like, hey, we're not playing a game. This is like, it's serious. Either we're going to do it or we're going to stop. So we'll see. Lee is very, very scared. He said if Europe is like on lockdown, Finland, they've reinstituted all their bunkers. They're having like people do drills into the bunkers, regular citizens. So they're like preparing for something to happen. And everybody thinks Russia's going to do something back for this. But you sent me the thing on Maduro and the money laundering thing, which is
where he said that He laundered the money through American banks.
$500 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching some old movies, and yes, it was a Michael Caine movie, and his dad was a Nazi. And at the end of the war, him and the 3 other Nazis, they put some money away, and then it was supposed to go to their kids. And it turned into $4 billion. And it's a movie from like the 70s, maybe early 80s, I think late 70s. So it was like this insurmountable amount of money. And it ended up, what the plan was for them to start the Fourth Reich, to start the whole Nazi movement again. $4 billion more than it. But it was like, everyone was like, I don't understand how much money that $1 billion. Like, yeah, it's $4 billion. And now, you could get that for a couple daycares. It's not,
A couple of when we were talking about Greenland, the Greenland thing, this is Uri Geller is who. So when we started, when we jumped on together, you said there's this announcement on StreamYard, which is the software we're using to stream, about StreamYard now being provided by, it's provided by my wallet, but I don't know what they're talking about. But it's being provided by the Bent Spoons. And if you go to Uri Geller's
Bending Spoons US Incorporated.
Okay, so Uri Geller, in his profile, it says originated spoon bending, the world's most investigated mystifiers. He is originated spoon bending, and so that's why when you said that StreamYard is now brought to you by spoon bending, I was like, that's odd.
Yeah, it is weird.
So Uri Geller has this message. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. If you can't, I can put it on another tab or whatever, but let me know.
Lamb Island, and that's not that's a real rainbow.
Can you hear that?
Lamb Island is blessed by supernatural powers. 18 years ago, when I bought the island, I knew why I'm buying Lamb Island. I still know it today. America needs Greenland. There's something in Greenland. If I would tell you right now what is in Greenland, you will freak out. It'll blow your mind. Not only America needs Greenland, but the whole world. And only Donald Trump and a few people know what it is. I know. That's why I'm offering my Lamb Island to Donald Trump. Leave your comments. I'm very curious what you'll say. You can attack me too. I don't care. There's something in Greenland to do with Lamb Island. It's a wow. I love you all.
So he says, adopt my Scottish Lamb Island as your 51st state and use it as a military base. Dock your Navy aircraft there, and if you get into a war with China, I'll come to your rescue. Lamb is protected by mystical forces, and you will succeed with its power. All Greenlanders can become citizens of Lamb, so Denmark does not need to worry. Real Donald Trump at Lamb Island.
What country does Lamb Island fall under?
I don't know, because
the rainbow thing is crazy.
Greenlanders can become citizens of Lamb, like it's its own.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing, because we could go off on a tangent for hours. About the metal country, out in off of England.
No.
What are they called? In the chat, you guys know what it is. Talking about they declared independence from England. It's a bunch of these old fortified structures. Then you've got Liberland. You've got other countries that have become countries, and it really shows, to me, it was a really wake up thing of how silly governments are, because what makes a country and gives it all this power is that it's just other countries say it's a country.
It's part of Scotland.
Scotland. Okay. So it would be UK. Yeah, that's interesting. It can't become a state because you have to have it can't, but it could be if it seceded and it was its own entity. So it did become its own country.
And he's saying it would be
We could recognize it as a country, and then it could be a protectorate, but it
okay.
couldn't be a state.
Or a territory like Puerto Rico is, or something like that, right?
Ask what the qualifications are to be a territory of the U.S. Because to be a state, you have to have like even Canada, some of their provinces can't be a state. Like we have to combine them, or they'd have to get merged into like Washington because they don't have enough population. I think they have to have like over 500,000 people or something like that. So a territory to be its own like territory.
No strict codified qualifications.
To be okay, legal bias, Congress, yeah.
So
cool.
It's possible. You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there would be a chance, but it would have to be its own country. You can't. We couldn't make us part of Scotland, a territory.
No, they could.
If they got independence,
Lamb could, yeah, a lamb exit, and then.
But Scotland isn't even its own country. You know what I mean? It's not. It's part of the United Kingdom. They haven't gotten their independence yet. So it would have to. We'd have to become independent from the United Kingdom, which I'm sure it could happen. Mm-hmm. But it has reopened the Greenland, debate, which it is weird how much that goes down that rabbit hole of the little Belgians, and like it's this little speck on a map, and then Greenland's massive, and they're this little speck of a country wields so much power across the globe and has done so much bad stuff. And I mean, we're talking about like imperialism and all that kind of stuff. It's this little country. They have done. I mean, they're up there with us, UK, and they have.
I wonder if there's some biblical or like, gosh, what am I trying to say? Like some woo-woo things about like the lion and the lamb.
Yeah, and the dragon and the bear and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that Lamb Island. And then, they always say Trump is the lion. And then we're going into Leo right now. Some of those kind of things.
Even the royal family, they don't even like make that big of a deal about them, but they still have like a fully running monarchy and everything. It's the whole like then the Greenland thing just brings it all up. It's interesting, and Greenland is rich. I mean, there's so much there that could be and strategic. It's a massive because it's like the only way for Russia and anything up there to get to us, to get down, is to go through there. There's another way, but it's so much longer. There's key points. One key point is Greenland, like the Gibraltar. That's another thing that Britain has had it forever. Do you know that Gibraltar's only, I think it's like 3 or 4 square miles. And there's 35 square miles of roads inside the rock in tunnels. Wow. There's an entire city in there because the Brits or the United Kingdom, they have been tunneling and working on it for hundreds of years. If you look into it, I never knew it was that much inside the rock. That's why they never lost it in World War II. And it's this tiny little protectorate or territory, whatever, of England. But they never lost it ever since they got it. I'd like to go there, for a visit because it looks so. And there is still a lot of military bases there, but any war, they've never lost it. It's crazy. It's so tiny, and there's so much inside there.
That's kind of wild to think about.
Yeah, it's there's 35 miles of road inside that rock. There's, I think, 2 hospitals. It's enough for, what was it, 16,000 people, a city in there for 16,000 people to live. Uh, I don't know. But anyway, like for any ships to go anywhere, like we saw at the Suez Canal. Remember when that was backed up for
Yeah.
There's just choke points, and one of them is through like the Greenland, going through there. The other one is Gibraltar. Um, we created Panama, and there's one other one. But like the Mediterranean, like you can't get to the Mediterranean without going through here. That's it. All those countries, they're pinched off through the Strait of Gibraltar there. Um, and there's one other one. But anyway, uh, that Greenland is it's strategic for that reason. But then it's so big, and there's so much like minerals and gold and all that kind of stuff. It's like untapped, like a lot of the Canadian stuff, but it's so big. Um, and then it's close to the other side of it's close to the North Pole, all that.
Very cool.
Y'all.
Like that was a Cliff Clavin moment, if I've ever heard one.
Sealand, the Principality of Sealand. That's the other country. So look up Sealand. So this Sealand is funny. So this is like in the 60s or 70s. They declared independence, their own country, and they kidnapped some German officials, right? And then, but here's the thing. So they kidnapped and then Germany sent, or some country sent an envoy to talk to them about getting the about their release. But by sending the envoy to negotiate with them, that they're like, that's all we needed to become to have legally become a country now, because Germany recognized us as a country and sent an ambassador.
It's just this platform.
Yeah,
it is.
That's it. That's a country. And there's, I think, another one that's a few of those. That's like a couple of those put together. And I think there might still be a guy that lives there. But yeah, it's 12 miles out from the UK. Yeah, but there's a couple things like that where they declared there's one. Oh, what is it? It's a functioning country inside of a country. There's no laws. So it's like where people go. It's right in a city, inside of a city. So people go there and get stoned and stuff. The police go in and raid it, like once a month or something. But they've declared independence. There's no police presence there, but it's actually like a working anarchy. It's all mainly hippies, and it's a touristy place. But we should look that up, man. That is what is the name of that place? It's in Europe. It's pretty cool.
You were telling me there's all this chaos happening. What I saw was that like French farmers had shut down the highways with their tractors and all this stuff, but you were saying there's more going on as well.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the
well, I was talking when I was talking to Lee.
Yeah.
He was telling me that there was oops, I lost shit. Here we go. He was telling me that they're having all these they're getting ready for like an attack, and all of Europe's freaking out. He said France and was it Britain and someone else said they're sending troops on the ground into Ukraine. Actual troops. These countries, which was a line in the sand that Russia drew. It's like, don't cross this line, or we're gonna, it's an act of war. We're gonna go to war with, Europe. So France and Britain and so the country are sending troops, and didn't even make the news. It's like it wasn't even big enough to make the news. That's so crazy to me. that it's not even something that people are talking about.
I wonder if it's really happening though, because there's a lot of things like with the Maduro thing. He gets picked up in 2 hours, and there's so many pictures of that. I think I saw 10 different outfits within that.
I think there's 3. Yeah.
No. There's at least 10 different outfits that he has, clothing changes. And there's pictures of him and then they drive him through the streets of New York in an open vehicle with lighting in the middle of the night. Like, it's insane.
The UK, France commit to deploying troops in Ukraine. That's from the Independent. And then I think Reuters. So Russia was sending Navy ships to guard oil tankers that are being pursued by U.S. forces. That was because Lee sent me this. That was Reuters. So yeah, it's not like little nobody or independent kind of stuff. It's their actual.
Do you think that's actually?
Yeah, they're actual news agencies, and plus,
Well, the other thing that came out is that Candace Owens has images, never before seen images, showing no blood and no exit wound.
I want to show you guys this as well exclusively, a still image of the much longer video I have that was shown to me of Charlie from behind. Okay, this is the video, and you can see what we have there. That's Charlie's necklace that's hanging. There's no blood on Charlie. There was absolutely no blood on Charlie. Not only did the bullet not go through, it didn't even cause any sort of destruction. And I follow that video until he goes down. There's nothing that we would expect to see from a 30-06. And again, I have a close-up of this. That's his chain. There's no question that what you are seeing there is his chain. And the only blood that I saw was blood in his hand, which was spurting forward, to be clear. And for clarity, I want to show you guys this.
So I think they may start showing more and more of things like that.
Making
it so ridiculous that, like, why is Maduro doing all these thumbs up in all his pictures and telling people Happy New Year's?
I would. Also, he's a survivor. So he's a con man. So he's been around. He's playing it exactly like he should. He's not. He's trying to not be this, the terrible villain. He's trying to be, fun-loving grandpa, and it's working with a lot of people. The Charlie Kirk thing. I'm not an expert or anything, but it seemed very simple to me when I saw it happen. I don't know if you know a lot about body armor, but there's different kinds of body armor. And one of the best ones is actual, like, titanium or steel. And you can get it to where it's super, super compressed. It's not very thick. It looked like he was wearing that. But the thing is, when a bullet hits it, it squashes and then it flies off. It can come up because there's nothing stopping it. It looked like he was wearing, to me, that he was wearing solid metal plate. It hit, squashed, and went up and just cut him. It was shrapnel that cut him. If you look at it, that's what it looked like to me. And I think like 1 or 2 people said that later on, but no one ever. That's not what I guess happened. But to me, it makes sense. That's what it looked like.
It just looked all fake and AI to me, because if you get shot in the neck, your blood does not.
He didn't get shot in the neck.
Bubble slowly out of your neck.
He got shot in the chest, and it was just shrapnel that, nicked it, cut his neck.
I think a lot of people are going to be very angry that they were lying to.
Iran, we're about to hit Iran. We are about to hit Iran. That is true.
Well, Colombia's presidente just said, "Come at me, bro," just like the
No, did he
Venezuelan.
really?
Yeah, literally same kind of thing. He said, you know, the come and get me thing.
Last I heard, he was scared. Mexico was scared. She was like, whoa, 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 whoa. So, but that's another thing I had heard. So we have moved a ton of troops into the UK and into different places that we're going that are, so it's quicker for us to hit Iran. It shocked me that Trump said, hey, if you kill any of the Iranian protesters, now all of a sudden we care and we're going to back you up. That to me, that's green lighting them. I mean, there's no way if you're living in Iran and the United States says, hey, if anybody kills you, we got your back. That's never happened. If we'd have done that in China, imagine that. You know, if we'd have backed the students up, even with words back then, it would be in a totally different world right now. So I think that's going to happen. I think we are going to be hitting Iran. But we've moved a ton of troops into Europe and into the Middle East, I think, so we're going to, it looks like we're going to hit them very, very soon. But it looks like they're falling at an accelerated rate, which we're not going into Venezuela because we're going to allow the government to fall and for the people to, want a savior. Same thing with Iran. I think we're going to allow it to fall, but I think we're going to help Iran along because we're being asked to by Israel. But it's going so fast. These regimes are falling. Just everything in the world is moving so fast right now.
Yeah, it seems to be falling, but it does seem to be falling, and the people seem to be benefiting, and they seem to be very happy when it falls. So it's quite interesting.
Oh yeah, that's another. So we're talking about people.
Yeah.
Alex came home pissed. I mean, super pissed. Trump invaded Venezuela. We're pieces of shit. Blah blah blah. And then the next day,
because let me guess, is he a no kings, but he wants to protect the dictators in the world?
But the thing is, the Venezuelans are happy, and Cubans are happy. Everyone's like, he's bad dude. Shh. Hey, don't bitch about this. One of the women from The View,
I heard,
came out and was talking about, and it's not that. Yeah. This is like the hardcore, there's, and my friend who's like got the syndrome bad sends me something every day sends me something that's
about
like
how much they hate Trump.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean,
oh dude,
like obsessive, right? But even he is like, well, you got to give him props for this, man. Yeah. I was like, what?
You think so?
I can understand why I did this. I was like, dude, how people really do. It's a nice little like war or military thing where not a lot of our people get killed or nobody gets killed. Dude, people love that shit. It is crazy. I was like, really? This is what you're like, okay, not any economics or anything that you can point out. It's like, this is it, man. So I was like, okay, but yeah. Even the chick from The View, that blew my mind. That even she is like, yeah, this is all right. He's all right for doing that. And that's someone who's like,
well, when you think about like when the slaves were freed, there were some that went back to their farmers, owners, because they were afraid of being free. And so if freedom is dangerous, but you're free, do you want that? Some people don't want that. Some people want to be slaves the rest of their life. And that may be where we're going, is we're going to have that pivotal moment of, do you want to be free, even if it's dangerous, even if it means you have to defend yourself, your family, and those around you, your community. And some people will not choose that. And so you need to get real serious about, what's important to you. Do you want to live where it's safe and you can just put your head in the sand and keep paying your little taxes and look away when they're hurting children? Or are you done with it and you're going to say, I'm going to be responsible for myself, my family, my community? And it might be hard for a while, but you got to decide what's important to you. And it might be hard for a while.
Yeah. The Mamdani thing was crazy. The coldness or the frigidity of rugged individualism wrapped in the warmth of collectivism. It's like
Collective communism.
That is going down in history. That is going down in history, man.
For sure. Well, thank you for jumping on here with me today. I am really grateful that you were able to be flexible with me today. And absolutely, Tom, no more harm to children, period. We have to have, hard times make for stronger men and communities, and I'm all for that. So maybe we'll get there, and we'll get there together. So I love you all. I'm grateful for all of you. Sean, thanks so much again for meeting me on a Wednesday with the truth.
Love y'all. It was good hanging out with everybody. Remember, hit the like button and on both our channels and subscribe.
And check out Meme Asylum. It's time to mint your Trump.
Goy.
I know.
Yeah, it's what's it called?
I don't know.
The plan. Trust the plan coin.
I was pissed off that my aunt coin didn't win. So,
but it's Goy, and the last coin is a dog and padded room.
Bro, yeah.
They're called dog dudes and Goy boys. That's the two groups, the communities now. Yeah, but the dog and padded room, they've burnt enough to we're about to hit 4x.
I thought it already was 4x.
No, it's not. It's been close for a long time.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it because I want to burn mine when it hits 4x. I think a lot of people are waiting. I burned 100,000.
I thought it was.
I burned 100,000 yesterday because I needed to mint my Goy tokens. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it all works. I'm just being supportive because I love my friends and I'm proud of them doing a project and I wanted to be a part of it. So I was jumping in and doing that.
It is, the whole, because we're working on it, the whole thing, it's a psychological experiment. So anytime I'm like, dude, this is weird. And they're all like, yeah, that's part of the psychological experiment. But so I was going to buy ETC, right? So that I could have it to burn to mint my Goy tokens. Mm-hmm. But it was cheaper to buy dog tokens and then burn them with the multiplier.
Oh.
So I ended up buying the dog token, raising the price so I could burn. So I was like, that is, I was like, hey, I was telling Lee, it's like, yeah, see, it's part of the strategy experiment, or do you have to work?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're right. It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So I'm learning all that, but I don't know. Memeing it is hard. I think that's a new t-shirt or something. All right.
Your next coin.
Oh, there you go.
Memeing it is hard, or memeing it.
Memeing is hard. I don't know. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow on WBRT. Tomorrow morning, the thing is
back to normal on Thursdays.
Predictions, 2026 predictions on WBRT tomorrow morning. We'll see you there. Take care.